Before the darkness settles in and the grid goes quiet, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because the information I'm about to give you isn't just about comfort. It is about staying alive when the world turns off. Imagine the silence first. It's not peaceful, it's heavy. The hum of the refrigerator stops. The furnace blower creates a vacuum of sound as it winds down for the last time. Outside, the streetlights are dead, and a profound, oppressive cold begins to press against your siding. Within hours, your home, the place you've spent a lifetime building into a sanctuary, betrays you. It stops being a shelter and transforms into a massive heat sink, a structure physically designed to pull the thermal energy out of your body until you reach an equilibrium with the freezing void outside. Most people panic here. They pile on expensive parkas, they stare at the thermostat as if willing it to rise, and they treat the cold like a monster trying to break in. But that is your first mistake. Cold is a fiction. It does not exist. There is only heat and the absence of heat. You are not fighting an invader. You are fighting the laws of thermodynamics. And if you try to fight physics with fear, you will freeze. But if you fight it with strategy, using simple household items to manipulate the flow of energy, you become the master of your environment. We are going to solve this problem right now, not with a generator, but with your brain and the junk in your garage. Your first battleground is the floor, and it is a battle you are currently losing. Walk across your living room in socks. That chill you feel shooting up your legs is conduction. Your floor, especially if it is concrete or uninsulated wood, is effectively infinite in mass compared to your body. It is a vampire. It will drink your body heat forever and never get full. You cannot warm the floor. You must sever the connection. Look for corrugated cardboard boxes, yoga mats, or even those cheap foam puzzle tiles from the kids' playroom. You need to build a thermal break. Lay the cardboard down in layers, alternating the direction of the corrugation to create pockets of trapped dead air. Top it with the foam or a rug. You aren't just making the floor softer. You are creating a microscopic air gap that conduction cannot cross. If you sleep on a mattress directly on a cold floor, the air inside that mattress cools to the floor's temperature and sucks the life out of you. Put that cardboard under your bed, under your feet, and under your seat. You must physically disconnect yourself from the heat sink of the earth. Now that you've severed the link to the floor, you need to address the air. You are likely making the rookie mistake of trying to heat your entire living room. That is 1,000 cubic feet of air that is constantly moving, rising, and stealing your warmth through the ceiling. You need to stop thinking about your house and start thinking about a Russian doll strategy. You need a room within a room. Go get that camping tent from the attic, or if you don't have one, build a fort using blankets and a dining table. By setting up a tent inside your living room, you reduce the volume of air you need to heat from 1,000 cubic feet to 60. This traps your body heat in a confined space, creating a microclimate that can stay 20 degrees warmer than the rest of the house just from your own metabolism. Do not apologize for living in a tent in your own living room. You are prioritizing survival over aesthetics. Turn your attention to the windows. You see a view. I see a hole in your thermal envelope. Glass is a terrible insulator, and right now, it is radiating your precious heat straight into the yard. You need to seal the wound. Bubble wrap is your best friend here. Spray a little water on the glass and stick the bubble side against the pane. The water acts as an adhesive, and the bubbles create thousands of tiny dead air pockets that act as insulation. But don't stop there. Hang heavy blankets over the windows, and this is the expert edge, you must ensure the blanket touches the wall on all sides and the windowsill at the bottom. If you leave a gap at the bottom, you create a convection current where cold air falls off the glass, slides under the blanket, and washes across the floor, while warm air gets sucked in at the top to be cooled. Tape the sides if you have to. You are sealing the air loop. Let's talk about the silent bomb ticking in your walls. While you are worrying about keeping your toes warm, the water in your pipes is nearing the freezing point. When water turns to ice, it expands by 9% with hydraulic force that can shatter copper and split steel. If those pipes burst, you aren't just cold, you are wet, your house is flooded, and your infrastructure is destroyed. Insulation is just a delay tactic. You need to remove the fuel from the bomb. Go to the main water shutoff valve for your house, usually in the basement or near the street, and turn it off. Then, go to the lowest faucet in your house, usually a basement sink or an outdoor spigot, and open it. Go to the highest faucet and open that too. Gravity will drain the system. Flush every toilet to empty the tanks. Pour a little RV antifreeze or even high-proof alcohol into the P-traps under the sinks to keep the seal from freezing. By removing the water, you guarantee that even if the house drops to sub-zero temperatures, you will still have a home to come back to when the thaw comes. Now, consider your heat source. You are likely huddled around a candle or a small propane heater, warming the air. But air has a low specific heat capacity. It holds energy poorly. You need a thermal battery. You need to heat mass, not air. Find the densest objects you have, cast iron skillets, large smooth rocks, or jugs painted black and filled with water. Place these near your heat source safely. They will absorb the energy that would otherwise dissipate into the ceiling. Once they are hot, they become radiant heaters. A 20-pound rock heated through will radiate warmth for hours after your fuel runs out. Wrap a hot rock in a towel and put it at the bottom of your sleeping bag. You are turning your environment into a storage bank for thermal energy, smoothing out the peaks and valleys of the temperature drop. However, you must respect the chemistry of what you are doing. If you are burning propane, butane, or wood inside your home to charge these thermal batteries, you are playing a dangerous game with oxygen. The equation is simple. Combustion consumes oxygen and releases carbon dioxide. But if the oxygen drops too low, that reaction shifts, and you start producing carbon monoxide, the invisible assassin. It is odorless, colorless, and it kills you while you sleep. You must calculate your ventilation. Crack a window open 1 inch near your heater and another 1 inch on the opposite side of the room to create a cross-draft. It seems counterintuitive to let cold air in, but you are trading a small amount of heat for your life. And here is the pro tip. Carbon monoxide doesn't always rise. It mixes with the air. Do not just rely on a ceiling detector. Keep a battery-operated CO detector at head level right where you are breathing. If that alarm chirps, you move immediately. Finally, look at the furnace inside your own chest. You are a biological machine that generates roughly 100 watts of heat at rest, but you need fuel. Shivering is your body's emergency generator, but it burns glycogen rapidly. You need to stoke the fire before you sleep. Eat a meal heavy in fats and proteins right before bed. Peanut butter, cheese, or canned meat. Digestion creates heat through thermogenesis. The meat sweats are a real survival tool. But avoid the nightcap. Alcohol is a vasodilator. It opens your capillaries and flushes warm blood to your skin, making you feel warm while actually dumping your core body heat into the air. It is a lie that will kill you. Drink warm water or tea, keep your fuel intake high, and let your metabolism work for you. You are no longer a victim waiting for the power company to save you. You are a thermodynamic architect. You are sitting in a microclimate tent, isolated from the vampire floor by a thermal break, surrounded by thermal batteries radiating stored heat, with your plumbing safe and your lungs full of clean air. You aren't just enduring the cold. You have dismantled it. You have looked at the empty void of a freezing winter and filled it with calculation and physics. The house doesn't protect you anymore. You protect the house. When the lights come back on, you'll know that it wasn't luck that got you through. It was the refusal to surrender to the elements. Drop a comment below and tell me, what is your primary backup heat source, and do you have enough fuel to outlast a week-long freeze? Stay sharp and stay warm.